Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tarani. Thanks so much for watching us. We're coming to you from San Jose today. And on our program is Bahaa Moukadam, who is the CEO of Sunrise Telecom. Hello, Bahaa. How are you?
Hey, Rich. Good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I was hoping that you could give us an overview of what Sunrise Telecom has been up to lately.
Yeah. So
I've known the company for years.
a lot of exciting things. One thing to update everybody on, we did a management change in August '09, where I became the CEO.
Congratulations.
And yeah, thanks. Since then, we've been doing a lot of changes. Focusing a lot on new product introduction, about improving customer experience in terms of the basic functioning of the company. And we made a lot of progress. We had two back-to-back quarter of EBITDA profitability.
Great.
Q4 and Q1. Yeah.
That's
so
good.
We're pretty excited about that.
It's good to hear. So in terms of product line, you want to just go through the products?
Yeah. So in terms of the market we address first, let's start there, and then we'll
Sure.
go through the product. We focus on telecom and cable operators worldwide. In terms of the product capability, is mostly focused on installation and maintenance. We also do have 24/7 monitoring system for cable that does really well for us. And the overall focus for us is really how do we help our customer improve the productivity of their technicians. This is a really key driver, how to shorten install time, how to make sure the installation go right the first time to minimize truck rolls. And then we have a series of product in terms of technology coverage that covers carrier business Ethernet, covers cable TV testing, and as well as residential business services, residential services. Triple play services.
Carriers are generally spending money with you based upon some sort of return on investment calculation then, right?
That's becoming more and more important. That's becoming absolutely more and more important. How do we get the service installed right? How do we increase the productivity of our technician? How do we ultimately have an advantage, business advantage, to increase our top line, by having more satisfied customer and higher loyalty?
Sure. It's all about churn, reducing churn, and increasing ARPU nowadays.
Absolutely.
And so if you can assist there, you're in a great spot.
Yeah.
So carriers have kind of been going through an interesting transformation. On the one hand, 3-4 years ago, there was tremendous investment in new technologies such as optical, and in the wireless space, we had tremendous investment in 3G, and now we're seeing 4G, and optical hasn't gone away, and technology with cable is evolving to HD, and soon we're going to see, we've seen satellite 3D coming down the pike, and we see it on cable. I mean, it's just so much going on. And then you've got this economy that's kind of been up and down with spending and access to capital. How does that affect a company like yours?
Well, on the medium to long term, that will work to our advantage, right? Because one of the key things we do is as the technology gets more complicated, the goal is how do you keep it simple for the technician? How do you still focus on productivity, but at the same time address those new trends coming up? For example, in cable, you're absolutely right. People are going to higher bandwidth to support, high definition TV. Transition from DOCSIS 2.0 to DOCSIS 3.0 is a big trend that we're extremely well positioned now to serve our customers with it.
So your goal is just to be in front of this technology and be there for your customers as they evolve.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, another example was wireless, going from 3G to 4G. Well, a lot of infrastructure, a lot of the wireless backhaul now is being upgraded significantly. A lot of transition from SONET SDH to Ethernet, which is also another key driver.
Now, how does your background help you in this role here at Sunrise Telecom?
Yeah, so a little bit on my background. Actually, I've been with Sunrise now a little over 2.5 years. Started as a VP of marketing and then transitioned into the CEO role in August '09. Before that, I have about 18 plus years of test and measurement experience where I worked at Spirent Communications for a lot of years. Before that, Agilent, HP, the test and measurement. And then before that, it was Wandel and Golterman, which is now part of JDSU. So
I couldn't remember who bought them, but okay.
Yeah, it's part of like Turner and JDSU.
So was that in the 90s that they made that acquisition?
In late
90s,
late 80s, late 90s. Yeah.
Late 90s. I just remember just 90s. Before the dot-com bust,
yeah.
I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
The last time I saw that company was at, or that logo was, I think, at a Supercom in Atlanta, which in my head tells me about 1999.
Yeah.
Or thereabouts.
Yeah, I left them in '96. to
Oh,
go
okay.
to HP in Colorado. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of test and measurement.
Well,
That's
it
great.
seems like you've got the right expertise for the job, and I'm always a fan of having marketing people in leadership roles. I think that's it's good in this day and age where brand and image is a crucial part of an organization's just well-being on the internet. I mean, you just have to be there, and you have to really project a positive image. It's not just about engineering anymore. It's about
Absolutely.
how do you promote
Yeah.
yourself on communities online, social networks, what are you doing with video, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely. And how do you really understand the customer pain point and issues
Absolutely.
to align your product strategy to that?
Right, because you have an engineering, and I'm an engineer, so I
Yeah.
don't want to offend any engineers, but I'll be brutally honest.
Yeah.
The engineers are typically more product-oriented, whereas marketers in general, you could say, are more solutions-oriented and customer sat-oriented. And at the end of the day,
You
you
need
really
the blend.
need, yeah, you do need a blend.
Absolutely,
So if
yeah,
you can
yeah.
understand, and that's exactly right. And I think a good example of a blend is something like an Apple, where you've got good marketing, you've got solid technology, you've got at the same time you've got interfaces which are super easy to use, hiding tremendous amounts of complexity. So complex
Absolutely.
products with simple user interfaces.
Yeah. And especially as the technology gets more complicated, you want to hide more of that complexity and continue to make it easier for technicians. But
Exactly.
let's face it, in
exactly.
our case, the skill set of the technician, is going lateral and the technology is complicated. And so that's a big focus for us as well, the simplicity of use.
Makes sense. You've got to feel bad for today's technicians because they all. I mean, it's got to be
There's
more
so
and more
much
training.
technology.
Just
Yeah,
constant
absolutely.
training.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm glad your company's there to help the technicians, because at the end of the day, that helps the consumers and it keeps the revenue rates high, and it keeps the industry growing and keeps customers happy.
Absolutely.
Thanks
Yeah.
for being on the program.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Thanks.